Hi, everyone. My name is Taylor with stemCONNECT, and thank you for joining today's session for the virtual college tour with Lake-Sumter State College. Today, we will be speaking with the Assistant Director of Admissions, Andrea Brooks, from Lake-Sumter. Please feel free to submit questions and comments through that question box, or we can try to facilitate it through the webcam. If you're on a computer, it will be on the side of your screen that's labeled questions. I will try to get all of the questions answered throughout this session. And if you have any issues with the audio, the video, please let me know in that question box and I'll help you to get reconnected. Towards the end, I will chime in when we're reaching our time as we have until about 2:30 p.m. All right, now I'm excited to turn things over to Andrea to begin her presentation.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending right before the Thanksgiving break. But I'm excited to present to you today about Lake-Sumter State College and the many programs that we offer. First on your screen, we have 3 campuses. We have a Leesburg campus in Leesburg, Florida. The brick building, which is the second picture, is our South Lake or Claremont location. And then we have a Sumter campus in Sumter County. So our namesake of Lake-Sumter State College is because we are located in both Lake County and Sumter County. Those 2 counties are in Central Florida specifically. So if that kind of gives you an idea of where we are. A little bit about us. We were established in 1962. We call ourselves small but mighty. We are one of the smaller state colleges in Florida. But we have all of the resources and initial 2-year programs that you would get from any other state college or university here in Florida. So we may be small, but we offer everything. We have 3 campus locations, just like I talked about. So Leesburg, South Lake, which is otherwise known as Claremont, and Sumter. And then we are accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. And that's just good to know when you are looking at other schools and maybe transferring from one school to another. You want to make sure what their accreditation is so that you match the accreditation to your transfer school. So we're Southern Association of Colleges and Schools. So why choose Lake-Sumter? So we have dedicated faculty, industry experience, affordable tuition. With being a small school, we are somewhat cheaper than the other state colleges as well. So we pride ourselves in being very affordable to any student. Industry involvement, we have connections to Florida employers. Hands-on experience, we want our students while they're in college to start getting the career experience rather than waiting until they graduate. Career advancement, we are always partnering with employers within our community for students to start on their career path. And then continuing education, so students earned a certificate programs can be stacked into higher associate level degrees. So we'll go over some degrees that we offer, but we have ways for students that can start in certificates and work their way up, or we have ways in which students can, and that's what I mean by stack. They can start one place and just kind of go on their own experience, basically. But we have continuing education for those students. So we like the fact that we are we want to connect with students. We're small, so you're not speaking to a chat bot or anything like that. We want to connect with the students that we serve. So aside from the degrees that we offer, I do like to go over the customized student support resources that we have. So all students, when they apply and are accepted in, we have academic advisors, which means that we connect students to their academic advisor of their degree plan. So if a student is interested in nursing, they will have a nursing advisor. And that advisor every semester is keeping them on track of what classes they should sign up for until they graduate. Also, those academic advisors help students if they are needing to withdraw from a class or wanting to change a major completely. Career development services, this works outside of a student's major. So if you're looking for a job in your major or outside of your major, if you're looking for full-time, part-time, anything like that, we want students to be career ready even before they graduate with us. So this is helping students partner up with their intended career plan. So if you're interested in engineering, we can help you partner with a employer in our area to see what an engineer does, or job shadow or internship. We also do resume critique. They do mock interviews. It's just getting students ready for their career. Student Accessibility Services, or SAS department. This is our accommodations department. So for students that are used to accommodations in high school, like longer test time, quiet space, a note taker, those are just some of the common examples. We want to continue that support so that they can learn best using the accommodations that they are used to using. So that's our Student Accessibility Services department. Financial aid and scholarships. This is our department that helps students get the money they need to pay for classes. So we always want students to apply for financial aid. It might be optional, but we encourage students to apply for financial aid because you never know what is out there and you never know what you're eligible for. So if we can cut the cost for you for paying for college, we want to help that. So financial aid, that is government money or state money, and scholarships are money that has been given to the college that we can give out, and or those are those community scholarships that want to give money to students to go to school. So there is money available. It just takes the necessary steps to apply for financial aid, and always apply early to get the best amount of financial aid. Learning Center is our tutoring center. So we have both virtual and on-campus tutoring in our learning centers. So if a student was in a biology class and the teacher just went over chapter 4 and the student is completely lost, they can go to the learning center, meet with a biology tutor, and the tutor is not going to review exactly what the biology instructor went over. They're going to help the student understand what part that they're needing. So a lot of our students in our learning center are work study students. So this comes from financial aid, where they have a job as a tutor and are helping students in their classes. It's a student paid job, or paid job. You can put it on a resume, and it comes with some nice perks. It is competitive in the pay. So it's like $15 an hour. So it's pretty good if you look outside of the college and looking for jobs. That's our learning center. Library, we all know what a library does, but we have dedicated librarians that want to help students start research, proofread any essays or any of their papers. They also want to help students with the bibliography. So if writing is not your thing, librarians love to help with that. Math Emporium. This is actually unique to Lake-Sumter State College. It was built with the idea that math is usually the most challenging subject to students. And so what we have created is, if you're first time in college, your first or second semester, you're going to have to take a math class. That math class is offered 2 days a week. The first class will be standard lecture from your math teacher. And then the second class of that week will be in the Math Emporium, which is a computer lab. In it will be your teacher, your classmates, and math tutors, and you're working on self-paced modules. So again, if the teacher went over chapter 4 of your math class, you can be working on modules 2, 3, 4, or you can skip ahead. This way, it takes the pressure out of you trying to understand the math chapter just for the next math test and then forgetting everything. This helps you understand it at your own pace so that you are successfully passing the math course and not just trying to play to the next test. It has drastically improved student math scores. And for a person that is not a math person, it has helped. I'm no longer a student, but the data shows this has helped students across the board. Student life, that's the fun part of college. We have a dedicated student government association, which is the voice of the students to faculty and staff. They are usually putting on one free themed food event every month. October we just went through, which is my personal favorite as a staff member. They do candied apples, like make your own candied apple, and then we do pumpkin bowling with a little trophy. So we all are very competitive to try to get this little trophy of pumpkin bowling. But we want students to connect with other students. We want to build support, and it's a great way to find other students with similar interests. And then lastly, we have Direct Connect to University of Central Florida, which means for students that graduate with their 2-year degree at Lake-Sumter, they're guaranteed admission into UCF. Even more to that is if we know of a student that's interested in going through Direct Connect, within their last year to last semester at Lake-Sumter, we're already having them speak to a UCF advisor on our campus, so they don't have to drive to Orlando. And they are helping them transition into UCF, so their application, their financial aid, their transcripts. So after they graduate Lake-Sumter, they are automatically into UCF. There's no in-between time, and I hope I get in sort of time frame. So these are the resources that we offer. So like I said, we are a small school, but we are a mighty school offering a lot of these resources. The other thing for any seniors that are out there, we do offer free application sessions, meaning that we go over the degrees and programs. We have a financial aid person that's in this session, and then we provide a free application to seniors and or anybody that is looking to attend college, and they're accepted on the spot. Now, it doesn't mean we don't accept other people on the spot, but this means during this session, when I get your application, I can say, you've been accepted to college. It's a lot of fun. I have even like some pom-poms and stuff too. So we want to help you get past the application and on to enrollment. So free application sessions, if you're interested, you just go to our website, which is LSSC.edu/visit. Okay. So our cost of attendance, you can kind of see the different rates here. The two that are in yellow are the ones that I want to highlight. So this is our in-state rate. So the first yellow one is $109.73. That means for a college class of 1 credit, it is $109.73. Most of our college classes start at 3 credits. So like a math class is $109.73 per credit hour. So $109.73 times 3 is about $330. That's just for 1 class. Now, if you skip to the next yellow line, it's estimated amount for associate's degree at the in-state rate. So if you're looking at the 2 years that it takes to complete a degree with us here at Lake-Sumter, you're looking at around $6,583.80. That is not including books, and that's not including, sorry, if you were to take like a lab class, any lab fees, but that's basic tuition rate. Now I did put on here like UCF's rate, which is kind of in this sandy color, I guess you could say. So we are quite a bit difference in value between UCF, which is a university, and Lake-Sumter. But you know, even though we are less than UCF, it still costs to go to college. And again, if you can apply for financial aid early, that is your best bet in having money set aside for college that you don't have to pay up front. Okay, degrees. So we have different categories of degrees. We have an Associate of Arts, which is for students that are interested in attending Lake-Sumter for 2 years and then going on to a university for a higher level of degree. So this is our transfer degree. So these are the bulleted points that you see are our transfer plans. So you, as a student that are interested in going on to, let's say, UCF in the future, you would get an Associate of Arts degree, and then your transfer plan would be what your classes are made up of, your core classes. So again, if you're interested in, let's say, history, you would get an Associate of Arts with a history transfer plan. So that's our transfer degree as Associate in Arts. Now, we have an Associate of Science. This means that this is for a student that's interested in getting their 2-year degree and going right into the workforce, maybe not necessarily going on to university just yet. So they're still getting a 2-year degree, but it is more workforce focused, so that you can go have the tools needed to go right into the workforce, not necessarily for a higher degree. The 4 in blue are the ones that I want to highlight. These are our more popular ones, I guess you could say, and are the ones that jobs are looking for. Let's see. Okay. Oops. Wanted to point out we have computer information technology, engineering technology substation, health services management, and nursing. In a future slide, I'll go over those in more detail. And then we have college credit certificates. So if you're looking at this and you're like, I don't know if I want to do 2 years, but I want to have a specialization, that is what a college credit certificate offers. It's about maybe a year's worth of college classes, and then you get your certificate, which means that you can put this on a resume. It shows that you've been to college, that you have a specialization, and it sets you apart from people that may not have gone to college. So we have a lot of these certificates, we call them stackables, because if you start in, let's say, a business specialist certificate, it is, I think, 4 classes. And then if you say, I can totally go on, then it takes 2 more classes to get the operations certificate. So we kind of stack on top of each other. You're never having to repeat classes. We just stack on top of each other. And then the Internet of Things and Mechatronics, those 2 certificates, those are our newer ones. Internet of Things is, if I can give you an idea of what that means, it is looking at algorithms and how, how things pair together. So for instance, if you have an Alexa at home that you can turn on your lights or turn on your AC, that's Internet of Things. It's looking at, and maybe if you're scrolling and looking for a red shirt, you're going to get all of these ads for different companies that offer red shirts. That's Internet of Things. It's pairing your likes and your patterns with programming. And then mechatronics, that is both mechanics and electronics. The 2 pictures that you see on your screen are mechatronics. So if you come from a robotics background, mechatronics is a really good field to get into. Lockheed Martin and some of the other tech programs and or government tech programs are looking for people with a mechatronics specialization. Mechatronics, we started this because we have a Kroger distribution center near us, and they are looking for people to create and maintain the robotic arms, the yellow picture that you see here. So that's mechatronics in a career field. So specifically looking at the associate in science, those workforce programs, why would you want to pursue a certificate or an AS degree? So jobs by 2030, 39% will hold an associate's degree or higher, 46% hold a post-secondary certificate or higher, and 64% of jobs by 2021, so this was last year, will require a post-secondary certificate. So these are in-demand jobs that are going to need a college degree or certificate of some kind in order to be employed. So just think of knowing that information and kind of setting yourself apart from students that haven't gone to college. What are you needing for the job that you want? So these next ones are going to be in our Associate of Science programs. So Computer Information Technology, or CIT, that's what we call it here. 60 credit hours, that's not 60 classes, that's 60 credit hours. So you can kind of divide that by 3, meaning that 60 credits divided by, 60 overall credits divided by 3 credits for each class. You can kind of understand how many classes that you have to take. The starting salary for a job in CIT would be about $21.72 per hour. And job growth in the area about 17% by 2026. This has a long title: Engineering Technology Substation and Relay Technology Substation. So this is at our Sumter campus in Sumter County. This is Relay Tech. It is working on a grid system. And I know that when you drive, you'll see these like a cell phone tower, which is usually connected to a grid. That's kind of what Relay Tech does. The very hands-on, very technical manufacturing kind of area specialization, but this is definitely growing in popularity. It is starting salary $20.61 per hour, job growth about 6.8 by 2026. Health Services Management, it is other positions using this, medical office manager. You can see let's see, health services department supervisor, billing specialist lead, $18 per hour, 32% job growth by 2026. This is looking at somebody that deals with medical records of patients. So that's the health services management side of things. And then we definitely have a nursing program. That's one of our more popular programs. And that's Associate of Science program. Actually, the picture that you see is a picture of some of the students in our nursing program. They're working on a mannequin. I did put a little star underneath the picture, as you can see, that students need to complete the foundational courses before being admitted to the nursing program. So our nursing program has a 2-application process. It's the only type of program that requires 2 applications. One for being admitted to Lake-Sumter and starting on your foundational courses, your biology, nutrition. And then once you complete those foundational courses, you would then apply for the nursing program. But as we all know, there's always been a nursing shortage. They're always looking for nurses. And nowadays, post-COVID, nurses are traveling. So you could sign up to be a traveling nurse and work here in Florida for, 9 months to a year, and then decide to pack up and move to New York for another 9 months to a year. So it's definitely one that you can go all over. $31.20 per hour for the starting salary. Job growth by 2026, about 7%, and I would say probably more than that post-COVID as well. And then really quick, we talked about degrees and certificates, customized student support, the affordable tuition, and we have a very hands-on experience. So like I said, we are small, but we pride ourselves in being small so that we can help students. You're never going to just be a number. We remember your names, your faces, and kind of help you on your whole account. We also offer athletics. So we have baseball, men's and women's cross country, women's softball, women's volleyball, and beach volleyball. And then we have 25 clubs and organizations. So I talked about Student Government Association, and they're the ones that put on the events. But students at any part of our school can either attend clubs or they can create a club. And we have clubs for, political and religious club. We have gaming clubs. We have cultural clubs. The newer clubs that we have offered, we have, if any of you watch Stranger Things, we have a Hellfire Club. We have Smash Brothers Club. We have a Dungeons and Dragons Club. But we also offer Film Club, and we have a club for students helping students with scholarships. So again, it takes you and 2 other people to form a club, and it's just a way to find students with similar interests. But it's a great way to connect with other students. And then my last slide, I kind of breezed through that, but my last slide is if you want additional information, especially if you're looking to apply to Lake-Sumter, if you want any more information about the services or the degrees that we offer, if you're wanting to apply for that free application event, you would just go to the visit portion of our site, financial aid information, or if you would like to book a tour at any of our 3 locations. The one thing I will say is if you're wanting a tour, please in your email, let us know which campus, because I have a lot of students say, I would like a tour, and then I'll write you back going, which campus? So we have, like I said, Leesburg campus, we have a Claremont campus, or a Sumter campus. So with that, do you have any questions that I can answer?
Yes, we do have a few questions for
Perfect.
you.
Do you want me to stop sharing?
No, it's okay. It's good to leave the slide.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So the first question we have is, what is the average class size?
Great question. 24 students to 1 teacher. You will never have a teacher assistant. We want our students to connect with their teacher, and a lot of the time the teacher might be the same teacher for different subjects. So like your biology teacher might be your microbiology teacher. So we want to make sure that you can connect with that teacher because you might see them again. But we keep it small so that you can always reach out to your teacher about concerns about your class, and you have that one-on-one with the teacher.
Awesome. And next we have, are there in-person job fairs or virtual job fairs with the college?
Both. So we have had in-person job fairs. I'm trying to think if they had virtual ones. I know over COVID we had virtual ones. We do have virtual. The other thing is with our Career Development Services Department, if you're looking for a job, we want you to connect you with a career services advisor so that they can promote you to the employers. So it's not that you have to always promote yourself or come to these events. If you are already meeting with that career services department, they're going to promote you to these employers.
Okay, awesome. And another person's asking, can I take classes even if I'm undecided on my major or program?
Yes, that is a very common question. So when you apply to Lake-Sumter, you can't not put a major in, but we do have an undecided and/or our customizable degree plan. So when you apply to Lake-Sumter, you would select Associate in Arts or an AA, and then it's going to ask you for your transfer plan. And that's where you know history or biology or engineering. But if you don't know, or maybe you have two that are in mind, general studies is your undecided degree that you want to choose. It's also our customizable. So if you're looking at Lake-Sumter, but we don't have any architecture and you really want to do architecture, select general studies, because that just means we'll connect you with an academic advisor that will ask you more questions. You know, you said general studies. Are you wanting to know which one you should go for, or are you undecided? You know, they ask you what subjects do you enjoy, what subjects don't you enjoy, you know, and they'll filter out those questions for you and help you kind of narrow down your search for an actual degree plan that fits you. So general studies is your undecided degree.
Awesome, great advice. And lastly, we have the question of, when is the next free application session for seniors, or is there any in December?
No, actually, next Tuesday when we come back, we have a Zoom one at, I believe, 5 o'clock. So November 29th at 5 o'clock is a Zoom session, and then we have one in person at the South Lake Claremont location, December 3rd. I think it's at 10 a.m. But again, if you're interested, please go to the LSSC.edu/visit, and it'll have two choices, one for the online Zoom, which is the 29th of November, or the in-person. Our last one is December 3rd at the Claremont location. And we'll have more of those into the new year. So this is not your last time, but if you're interested in applying with us and kind of starting that, definitely sign up for a free application event, and we'll have more of these dates when we come back from break.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you, Andrea, for meeting with us to learn more about Lake-Sumter. It was great.
Well, thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone that joined today and asked questions. The recording will be available soon on our website, flstemconnect.com, or on our YouTube at flstemconnect for our virtual college tour playlist. I'll have the visiting link also included in our follow-up emails. And I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. I'll close it out for everyone.